My name is Beth McDonald Stone, and I'm an avid knitter and knitwear designer living in Bermuda. So I hope everyone's well and you're enjoying the summer. I know there's been some crazy heat waves in the States and cooler weather in Europe, and wherever you are, I hope you're happy, comfortable, and enjoying that. Or if you're down under on the other in the other hemisphere, lucky you. No, I'm joking. I have a love-hate relationship with the summer heat. Bring a Bermuda winter anytime, I say. Anyways, it's all good. So this is the last episode probably for July. And so, yeah, we're really in the height of the midsummer there. So feeling all the summer knits and wearing all the summer knits and everything like that and just trying to stay cool. So, right, so we're just going to do another really quick one today. It's a busy time. I'm leaving this weekend for our big summer vacation. Looking forward to that, but I wanted to get another little podcast out to you before I went, and then I'm actually going to record while away, so stay tuned to where I come to you next. But yeah, so to start with, I'm wearing my chevron tank, or chevron vest, sorry. I designed this quite a few years ago. It's a great one. I designed it with two collars? No. Two collar finishes, one closer and one more scooped. It's all in the pattern. Very easy to do. I knit three. So these are the three that I've knit. This is holding two colors together. All of them I've knit using Sandnes Garnlina. Sandnes Garnlina held double, which when I designed it, the Tick Lina was just coming out and I was sort of very invested in it, but it does work perfectly with the Tick Lina, so you don't have to use it holding yarns double. But I liked holding yarns double. I had it in my stash and I did that. So this is using the ochre held with the light aubergine. The one I'm wearing is black 6080, and this green one is olive green, and it's 9062. So Sandnes Garn has great fat yarns, as everyone probably knows, because they're wonderful, and you should know them if you don't. The Lina is fantastic. It's really easy to knit. It's actually not uncomfortable on your hands to knit, so I really love it. And I find it really easy to wash and wear. So I'm bringing this black one with me when I travel. I can easily wash it just like the rest of my clothes. We're staying in places with a laundry facility, but I'm not going to, have to lay flat to dry or anything like that. Like it's just wash and wear, machine wash. They do say lay flat to dry, but I probably won't. It's just easy. It's a linen viscose blend, if I remember correctly. It's a great mix. Again, like I said, it's not hard on your hands when you're knitting. It's not like a really coarse or, wiry, like, how sometimes like 100% linen can. But it's much better than that. Great to knit with, and I love wearing it. And it just, these are now probably 2 or 3, maybe more years old. And yeah, I think they're fantastic. So I'll just stand up. I'm very short-waisted, although, whoops, there's my tummy hanging out. I'm very short-waisted, so that's a good length for me. Again, with all my patterns, I'm a big believer in know what works for you. So know your lengths, your opportune lengths. Yeah, so all the instructions, it's all charted. It's really easy. You literally, the charts aren't difficult. And I like to give you that information so that you can basically knit and tune out, because that's how I like to knit. I want to enjoy and relax and not think too much. So I hope that's how you like to knit too. So chevron vest, this is the pattern highlight for this week. So it'll be on Ravelry with 20% off for the first week. So I'm publishing this on Wednesday, the 17th of July. So plus 7 days. So the 23rd. So up until midnight of the 23rd. I'll probably just do the 24th just because I like to round up. And yeah, so you can find that on Ravelry and the chevron tank and Sandnes Garnlina. It's easy to get, I think, most places. If you're on the eastern seaboard of the States or nearby to that, like I am in the ocean by the eastern seaboard, I order it all through Dinah at the knitting place, but there's a million other places that represent carry the lines, and I know also in the UK and Europe, because of course it's a Norwegian line. So yeah, great, great, great. Can't recommend enough. Really one of my go-to yarns for summer knits. Yeah, so that's great. So that's the start. So that's the pattern highlight. And then what's been finished, what's off my needles. I've been knitting up a storm. I've been trying to get sort of through a lot of stuff before I go away. When I'm away, I will still be working, and there's things that are coming out of the tech editor, and there's things that are being test knit, and it's just all keeps on going for sure. But I find carrying, bulky knits that I've got like almost nothing left. It's just not worth it. So I'm really, really, really trying to finish that. So I'll show you. You'll be surprised with the other ones. But there's been a bunch finished. So the first thing that I finished, I think it's the first one. Gosh, I'm so bad at remembering. I'll put it on here. Oops. Put that over there. I have sort of a collection of boxy raglans. I like a boxy raglan. As you know, I like a boxy anything. I mean, I do fitted. This is sort of like a Zero Ease tank, but I do love a boxy. So in my collection of boxy raglans, I've got the Creeping Fig and I've got the Boxy Blue. This is the Sargasso boxy, and this is in tech editing now, and the test knitters have been selected, and it'll go out to them for test knitting next week. So so that should hopefully come out. I think we've got like an end of October, I can't remember now, publication date, but yeah, that'll come out then. This in the fall. This is a really fun pattern. It's slip stitch color work, sort of really interesting. The raglan detail for the shaping, the boxy proportion, so the raglan increase rates on the body and back are different to the increase rates on the sleeve, so that you can have a more tapered sleeve. I've got a big deep hem with a split hem here, so I do like things to be a little bit longer in the back side to cover my derriere. And of course, I always like things high on the back of the neck, like I've talked to you about before. It's 4 colors of color work. So the main color is this green, which is avocado green from the Trio collection of the Lamb & Kid. And I was really fortunate, as I've shown before in past episodes, to have visited the Lamb & Kid, and they very generously gave to me to design with or to do with whatever. So this is sort of sponsored yarn, which I'm very grateful for. So it's Trio Avocado. Pop Rocks is the hot pink. Plaid is my favorite color, is the sort of tomato orange. And Miel, which means honey in French, is the honey color. I've held Trio Double, so it's a really lovely squishy fabric. You could definitely hold a DK singly. I was just so inspired by this fabric or by that yarn, and the fabric it produced held double. That was really great. The yarn has a strong cashmere content, which is really quite dreamy. And so this is just so exciting, I think. Anyway, so yeah, that'll come out in the fall, so keep your eyes open for it. And Sargasso being a reference to Sargasso Sea, which is all around us. The Sargasso Sea, I believe, I could be totally wrong, but I believe it's the sea of a lot of sort of the Sargasso, the seaweed, and all of the plant and marine life that live in it. And in my mind, that word kind of connotates kind of color and life and energy and just a wonderful sort of bit of nature that has to be not maintained, but just not damaged, et cetera, et cetera. And it's all around Bermuda. So when, if there's a storm or whatever, we get a lot of the debris from the Sargasso Sea on the beaches and stuff like that. But I just thought it was a very relevant name for such a really pretty, colorful, exciting, full of life pattern and design. So I hope you agree. Anyway, so that's really exciting. So that's in the works, and that's what I'm hoping to have out to you this fall. A lot coming out this fall. So, hold your knitting tight. Okay, so the other pattern that's coming out probably before the Sargasso Boxy Raglan will be this, and this is the Diamond Lane vest, named appropriately after the yarn. It's knit with Diamond Lane, oh gosh, Percy. I just totally blanked on that. Diamond Lane Percy, which is an amazing, it's 100% cashmere. It's really to die for. So Diamond Lane is also the Lamb and Kid. I'm not really sure where the yarn, you know, what is a Lamb and Kid and what is Diamond Lane, but whatever. It's all amazing, and it all has their really wonderful signature colors. So this is a vest. This one is a fun design. It's knit top down in the round. So, you know, you cast on the collar and then all the increases, similar to a raglan, but this time it's just along the shoulder. So all the increases happen on the shoulder. It's supposed to be a drop shoulder so that it's kind of loose and kind of groovy. 1 or 2 inches of ease for this. I've picked up here and, you know, knit the sleeves afterwards. Really fun color work. Body here, diamonds shaped. And I hadn't really made that connection until after I'd knit it. So it was sort of fun to be like, oh, Diamond Lane yarn, diamond pattern vest. Anyway, so Diamond Lane vest. So diamond shaped here, and then a really easy ribbed hem. So the only pickups are around the sleeves. That's really easy. It's really obvious because it's the sleeve, you know, the stitch definition is pretty defined. So you just pick up every 3 out of every 4 to get a really nice rate, you know, just a nice gauge that matches your row gauge. So that's great. You might recognize this because this is a second version of the initial one that I knit here, and this was using Pasquale yarns. This was how I originally started the design, and I really liked it. I really love this fabric. So this is Pasquale Suave, which is a cotton, like a blown cotton yarn. Not blown in a shell, but it's like a loose spun, or yeah, it's sort of like a very brushed cotton. And I've held it double with one of what I call a workhorse yarn, which would be woolly knit, British 4-ply, and I think I used in here different colors from Holst, Super Soft, and stuff like that. Like I'm a big believer in those yarns, and I have a good selection of the cones so that I can match it to basically as the backbone or the stabilizer for any of the more decorative, looser, stretchier yarns. I was playing around here with shading. I just cut the diamond motifs in half and did 1/2 slightly darker and 1/2 lighter. I didn't include that in the pattern. It's really easy to do. I mean, literally, you can just draw on the pattern. It ended up having a lot of yarn, and it ended up at some rows having 1, 2, 3, 4 or more colorways, and I didn't think it was worth. The effect wasn't as successful as I had hoped, but some people really love it. I do love how this looks. I think it's really cool. But I didn't think it warranted all that information in the pattern because it's very, very, very doable. As in, just literally, if you wish to do the shading, just split the motif, the chart, each diamond in half, and then I used the same sort of fuzzy yarns, which would be either mohair or Surrey, or in this case the Pasquale Suave, and just changed the carry along yarn to like a darker one. I think it's cool. But it is important to know, like, a lot of designs do evolve, and a lot of designs, you know, take 2 or 3 knits before you have something. So there's a lot of work that goes into it. And the process stuff is really fun. I don't throw out my process pieces or get rid of them. I usually quite like them too. I feel like it's kind of like a concept that's not completely developed, you know, or maybe it's overdeveloped and I want to sort of simplify it. So those are my sort of thoughts, and the latter is really the thought there for that design. So yeah, so this one also has been finished tech editing, and it just went out to the test editors yesterday, and I'm hoping to publish that early September, so early to mid, I think. Again, I'm so bad with dates. I have it all written because nothing, I can't go by my memory. It's just not, it just doesn't work. So yeah, so those are the 2 finished knits, the Boxy Raglan and this, which is great. I've got one more that I have to finish before I leave, and I'll just slip it off. It's another vest. I'm really into vest phase right now. I don't know, is it menopause? Maybe I'm just getting overly hot all the time. I'm not gonna be able to put on the mannequin because I don't have a barber cord in, and I'm so close to being finished. I'm just gonna hold it up. So the concept here is, I'm really excited. Alyssa from Cake Wool Company reached out to me, and this is supposed to be looser and bigger bow, but it's just what I had around. So Alyssa from Cake Wool Company reached out to me in March or so to say, would I be willing to design something for Cake Palooza happening this fall? Yes, would love to. I love Cake Palooza. It's definitely one of my favorite, always has been, events before Rhinebeck, and Cake Wool. The colors are so beautiful and yarns are so special. So I said, yes, I'd love to. So I picked one of her colors that I really thought spoke to me personally, but also I thought was a really very appropriate style-wise, fashion-wise for this year, and also for autumn. I think it's a really cool color for autumn, having the reds and the blues and the purples. It really absorbs light, so that's really interesting. But yeah, so so I designed another vest, this time with an all-over cable motif. Here I'm holding her doe, which is her Alyssa's or Cake Wool's DK weight yarn with a bit of cashmere in it, held double with her mohair, which she calls cream. The colorway is Dogtooth Violet, and it's an all-over cable pattern. You start with just the rectangle on the back until you get to the underarm section, and then you pick up and work the V's. I've got charts for each size for both the left and the right, and those will be in separate PDFs, I think, will be easiest so you don't accidentally print off like 30 pages. So you'll have the pattern, and then you'll just print or use on your tablet or whoever you would like the charts that are specific to your size. So that gets you down, and then you join in the round and you work the body. And I literally am just about to bind off. That's what I have to do after this podcast, maybe while I'm waiting for it to upload. And the other thing I'm really keen to do is to wash and block it, because with cables, once it's wash and block, it does loosen up, especially horizontally. So it's really interesting. If my mathematics are correct, this will block out an extra 4 inches in total, and I don't think that's ridiculous to say, because you can just sort of feel how squishy it is right now, and how, not that the cables will get lost, but they'll just kind of relax a bit, and that's the plan. So I'll put that note in the pattern as well, just to sort of remind everyone that when you're gauge swatching, do remember to wash and block, because it'll really affect the gauge, especially, for the cable. So that's kind of cool. I always think that stuff is really interesting. And just the one other thing that I'm working on that I really want to I really want to finish is are my socks, my vanilla socks that I was using Oliver's yarn for. There's no point in me carrying, this and schlepping it, traveling out, when I've literally got 30 rounds to do. Well, 20 rounds and then a toe. And I think I'm going to take this toe out. I'm really trying to perfect my sock recipes. And I don't have a sock blocker here, sorry. I probably do somewhere, but this is just a little shorty. I did like 3 rounds before this heel flap and gusset here. I think this is Biscotti yarn, but again, I think this was Oliver's yarn, and I think he threw out the ball band when he was really little. He used to knit when we'd go on airplanes, so just at least give a break to the devices and stuff. And he was good. It was fun. And I love how it worked out on the heel. So this is a slip knit heel, and I just think that micro striping looks really cool. So I'm really trying to perfect what is exactly the right length for me. Right. So this is knit with 60 rounds, and I'm thinking it's pulling a bit, which I think will pull the heel down because there's not much above the heel. So I think what I'm finding is I need 64 rounds. And so I'll pull out this toe, and I know that's sort of labor intensive and whatever, but I'm really enjoying knitting socks, and I really want to make them so that I actually wear them. That's the plan. Luna's outside, and talking to people on the street. So yeah, so I think it's worth doing that, making notes and carrying on, and then finishing these before I go, and throwing in this, my favorite new bag from my lovely, lovely friend Priscilla. Throwing in one of her old yarns. My friend Priscilla, who used to live in Bermuda, she's a wonderful knitter, now lives between London and France. She used to have a yarn dyeing company, and I have a few bits and pieces left from what she was dyeing. So I've got a lovely creamy white and gray I think it's called Bermuda Stonewall, to take with me to do some more socks while I'm away, because I have white runners. And I just thought, let's make socks, let's get them to fit, let's wear them. That's the plan. So that's kind of all that I've been up to and what I've been knitting on and all those good things. The one other exciting news is on August 1st. I'll be publishing this top, which is the Sea Swell top, which is a really lovely boxy summer top. So that's coming August 1st. Am I showing you the back? I am. This is the front. Not there's much difference. It's just that there's the little yarn tail there. So this is coming August 1st. Again, very similar construction here with the sleeves. I do a big rapid increase, which gives you the volume for this very sort of loose, drapey, almost sort of Grecian neckline. And then a really interesting, this is why it's called the Sea Swell, a really interesting slip stitch motif here. Backwards, yeah. There you go. Slip stitch motif for waves at the hem. And I have that out also to pack and take with me, because I'm looking forward to wearing that when I'm traveling as well as this. So this Sea Swell top and the Agave top that I knitted and showed you either last episode, I think it was last episode, that's coming with me too, because they're just great summer knits and great summer wears. The Sea Swell you have to be a little bit more careful of. You don't want people to pull, because it is sort of 6-stitch repeat slip stitches, so there are some sort of longer tails, but it's elegant and pretty and special and unique, and so for those days they're perfect. Anyways, so that's everything. So the Sea Swell tee is coming August 1st, and I'm going to leave you now with some videos. So I've got some lovely videos of Luna and I, my dog Luna, outside barking. So videos of her and I walking on the railway trail on the North Shore, on the other end of the island, the east end of the island, Hamilton Parish. Really beautiful, and it's really different landscape than my area of the railway trail here, which is a lot more sort of overgrown, dense, leafy, where the North Shore Railway Trail hugs the coast. And so it's really rocky and beautiful views of the sea around, and the amazing rocks and stuff like that. So that'll be what you'll see first. And then after that, I'm going to show some beautiful videos of the beach at dusk. And it was so spectacular. So I hope you like those. And I hope you have a great couple weeks. I'll see you around August 1st. So maybe the 31st or the 1st. 31st of July, 1st of August will be when I'm planning on next publishing. And I think one of the mohairs that I'm working with decided to attack me. Oh yeah, got it. Yay. So I'd come to you from an undisclosed location. Stay tuned, be surprised. It's not really that surprising, but it's exciting. I love it. So July 31st, August 1st, and we'll catch up again then. But in the meantime, have a great day. Happy knitting. Stay cool if you're in all this heat. And otherwise, just enjoy. All right. Thanks. Bye.